Hey, what's up, everyone? Appreciate anyone hopping in here and hanging out. Kind of spontaneous jumping in and doing a live stream today. I figured, uh, kind of wanted to play some Slay the Spire, and I was like, why not? Let's do it live again. I don't know if people are really digging it or not, but I figured it's something I'm gonna be doing anyway. There we go. I think that's a little better lighting. Gonna be doing anyway, so might as well share in the experience. And if anyone wants to hop in and talk about any pop culture stuff or anything, Slay the Spire, any pretty much across the board, I'm pretty open to any discussions. So yeah, I thought about playing Halo 3, but I decided maybe not today. But I do plan to probably wind up jumping into that one at some point. So if anyone's interested in that, or if they enjoyed the Halo stuff, I will plan to do a Halo 3 stream probably at some point soon. Not exactly sure when, but um, figured I'd why not go through that. I thought about playing it on Legendary too. I played the first couple on stream on just normal. But Halo 3, I don't really entirely remember, but I've heard that Legendary is not as rough, so I'll probably give that a go and see how it goes. If it's too miserable, we can adjust as needed, but I figured some Legendary gameplay, why not try at some point. So, but for today, running through some Slay the Spire. Let me boot up the game here, actually. I did check out, I talked about Terraforming Mars yesterday. I did check it out briefly. I don't know if it actually is something that would make sense for a stream, because it's pretty, like, in depth as far as, like, gameplay goes. I kind of knew that from the board game, but it seemed like the computer version of things was just as kind of, like, super detailed. So I'm not sure how fun that would be as far as a stream. So I don't know if I'll wind up doing that one. I'll probably play it offline a few times and maybe decide, but it seems less likely to be something that would make sense to do for a stream. All right, let me boot up Slay the Spire here. But I hope everyone is having a good Sunday, or having a good time, whatever you're doing today. All right, that should be up. And I think the volume yesterday worked out pretty well. I know my camera somewhat leaned down towards the screen. Let me switch over to active. Here we go. All right. You should be able to see it. Slay the Spire, there's like a delay, I feel like, when it comes to the actual game popping up compared to some other games. But hopefully it should be showing up now. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Cool. Audio's on. I think we're all good as far as details there then now. I did move the sub goal down to the bottom left, if hopefully that's an okay spot, because it was kind of blocking some attack stuff from the enemies. Hopefully my camera for the most part's not, but I'll try to keep an eye on it to see if there's any issues. If anyone has any problems, let me know and I can move stuff around. But maybe we'll follow a similar format to yesterday. So I've mentioned the silent. We've already done Ascension 20, so I'm not sure we'll dabble in that really. The Watcher is kind of always my least favorite to go through, so because we have so many Ascensions to do with her, maybe we'll start with that one, since it kind of requires the most thinking of any of the four. But yeah, we'll just kind of jump right into things and see how it goes. These all aren't great. Kind of thinking about just taking the gold, to be honest. I mean, because rare colorless card, we don't know what we're getting with that, so that could be kind of a mistake. Yeah, we'll just take the gold. I have thought about, speaking about like live streaming games, I feel like something like Twitch is probably a lot more friendly to doing that, because it feels like finding different people playing games is a lot more accessible, because you're just searching by whatever you're wanting to watch. Whereas YouTube's not the strongest in that area, but I still want to focus on doing my channel on the YouTube side of things, so that's why I kind of have stuck with it, but realizing it's maybe not as successful as something like Twitch when it comes to actual live streaming. At least on the game side of things. Maybe live streaming just like doing conversations. YouTube's probably fine. Which I know people multi-stream. Maybe at some point I'll consider that, but for now we're just kind of rolling with YouTube. I think we're just gonna go up this left path. And, yeah, go that direction. We'll give that a go. Yeah, I think for the most part, I'm trying to look at my camera in comparison. It's obviously blocking like my card count, but I don't think that's overly necessary. I think for the most part, that's an okay spot relative to like other options. Maybe we will move the sub goal though. It's kind of why I had it previously over by my webcam. Maybe under the relics. Is that kind of a weird spot to do that? I know we're kind of tinkering as we go here. Maybe we'll leave that there and we'll see how it goes. I don't think anything else is really going to show up there because relics are going to continue to go across the screen. So we'll run with that and see how it goes. We can go into Wrath here. Why not? There we go. We'll take a Tranquility. I feel like yesterday when I was playing, I got kind of stuck in Wrath too often. So getting in Calm is nice. Okay. Do we want to do the mantra, the divinity build again? Stuff that you retain is kind of beneficial, especially because she doesn't get a whole lot of block stuff. We'll do the mantra stuff again, at least for now, and see how that goes. I see a lot of cards I do like Tantrum and Rushdown are kind of nice, Empty Fist. The scales, though, are kind of hard to pass for me. They're not the best, but I enjoy picking them up. We'll grab those. And then we can only grab one card. I'm thinking Tantrum, to be honest. I dig the, like, Wrath options that we have, so I'll pick you up. $18. Yeah, I can try that. This is why the Watcher can be amazing. So I don't normally pick up Windmill Strike, but I do understand, once again, the value of doing a Retain, where you're just kind of gradually growing a card. Crush Joints I don't hate. I think we're going to go with that. About as good as we could have done there. Because I am weakened, I don't know if... I don't think we can beat you. So maybe we just have a bit of a lame turn there. Oh, sorry. My chair just like slid over the corner of this. What do we want to do here? All right, cool. I was like, I'm not sure that'll actually defeat them. Well, we don't have any scry cards, but I do dig Nirvana. Do we plan on getting scry cards? Probably. Sure. Eruption only costing 1 is like kind of a big value add. You can play it so much easier. Okay. Gotta be careful with this fight. think we can do that. I mean, having the extra energy isn't going to help a lot in this fight because I get stuck with a lot of like dazed cards. So we might as well play the miracle now. That'll be 30 on somebody. Not bad. That may not be a good choice because if we get stuck in Wrath, but maybe I'll be alright. Yeah, okay. I don't think I normally go for empty fist instead of empty body, but you know, block isn't the worst. Sure. Okay, if we go into Wrath, we can't get out of it. So this turn is not ideal. Maybe we'll play you. Maybe we didn't need to play that potion. Yeah, I kind of feel like we just kind of continue for the next round because without the option to get out of Wrath. I mean, you have way less health, but this guy is going to become an issue when he just runs away, so I think we just play everything there. Yeah, he's about to run away. So hopefully we can get him next turn. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're good. Cool. That works. I do like this. I like getting more miracles. It's funny, I feel like a lot of these cards, I like see the art and I just kind of look at them as in like one big object and I don't actually look at what's happening in the picture. I'm like, oh, they're being pulled out of there. This fits with the build we've been following though. So I think we rock that, unfortunately. Alright, we got the new relic that we unlocked last time. Let's play a little risky, let's upgrade. I mean, too vulnerable. Why not? Yeah, we'll just play everything because he's probably dead next turn. Or not. He's dead next turn. Yeah, okay. I probably shouldn't have grabbed Nirvana. I don't really have any scry stuff going on yet, at least. Maybe I will in the future. I don't really need to buy anything because I can't really afford a whole lot, but fighting another elite I kind of want to do. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much I would take here. Maybe we'll just sell something. Maybe a little risky not healing, but kind of figured it'd be this guy. Okay. Yep, we'll do you. Yeah, we'll play the miracle because I don't want to get stuck not having killed the guy with like 1 card. This is not ideal. I mean, I can get out of... I can go into Wrath, but then I'm just screwed until I go back into Tranquility here. Yeah, I don't know about that move. Okay, can we beat you? It's only 9. That's only 24. No, I don't think we can. I don't think we're going to go into Wrath here. Is it worth taking the mantra at this point? Sure. I mean, we're just making him stronger, though, so... We are close to dead here. Go see what we got here. I mean, we can pick this up. I think we have to go heavy on skills this turn and hope that we stay alive. We will get block for switching stances, so I like that. Alright, what are we likely to draw? I mean, an awful turn would be defend, vigilance. But if we get eruption, tantrum, crush joints, pretty much 2 out of 3 of those. Sure. All right, cool. A little risky fight, playing too many skills against him. Take flurry, unless we get the time eater. It's normally a value add. So our health is kind of low. We'll heal. I wish I didn't take as much damage that fight, but... So we're definitely gonna hit you. Now I'm just torn. Do I want to come out of Wrath or not? I mean, probably, because we only have Vigilance to take us out. We do have Tranquility in our hand. Maybe we stay, because we can always play that if we have to. Do some more damage next turn. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. What are we probably going to play here? 1, 2, 3. So you might as well hit you first anyway. He's going to do 3 by 6. I can block 10 of it. Or should I do 18 damage? Yeah, we'll just play it very conservative here. Those scales are coming in nice against him, though, I will say. It's kind of a weak turn. Alright, so definitely hitting you and you. Going into Wrath would not be great here because he'd be hitting me for 24. So kind of a slow fight, not really good for us. Maybe I shouldn't have played Tranquility so early because now we're a little bit stuck with not being able to really go into Wrath without being concerned about being stuck in Wrath. All right, we're getting mantra so slow, but we need, if we get it like, I mean, next turn would be ideal, but it's probably not going to happen next turn. All right, do we want to come out of calm here and then go back into it? That's kind of overkill on block, but I didn't really take into account all of that mental fortress that would happen. Okay, so we're going to go into Divinity if we pop you. Problem is, if we go into Divinity this turn, we don't really have anything to do with it. We're not going to have anything to do with the next turn either. I mean, I can make him vulnerable. But then I'm really not doing that much next turn. I think we're going to try this approach and then hit that into that. The vulnerable won't take effect, but I mean, 30. Oh, it does have, actually, because we played the prostrate. 30 damage, not good. How screwed am I here? 25, we're still alive. I think I'm gonna swing at him here with this extra one because I want to try to defeat him next turn. Oh, well, I'm going to hit him with the scales. I forgot. So he should be dead here pretty much from one card. All right. Hey, how's it going? I don't like any of these. I don't like any of these. Your diva form is here, though, so it's going all right. If I upgrade you, it's just not ethereal. I feel like when I first started playing, I really dug Alpha, but it's kind of just a nightmare card. Wish, no. I mean, if I can afford to play this card, it does a lot of good, but the problem is being able to afford to play that card. Also, I don't have anything that really costs a whole lot, so it's not like a big value add for me. I think you're the only one I'm considering, but I don't know if I actually want you. We'll pick it up, because I don't think I've done a run with picking it up yet, so. As I said, I picked this up. Although I guess if I pick up Holy Water, I can use that to play Deva form, so. More energy will result in more energy. Yeah. I think we're going to take Holy Water, so we pretty much just swap this out and get more miracles. So I think we'll just use those whenever we pull Deva form, and then we're pretty good on energy after that. Left kind of feels like a nightmare. This feels like a kind of a good path. Yeah, I think we're gonna go. Maybe we'll go this way. We'll hit up all the question marks. All right, the bronze scales at least helps us here, but other than that, that's all we're doing that turn. Yeah. You guys are doing a lot of damage. Maybe we'll use you and see what we get. Alright, you kind of hit the one guy I didn't want you to hit because he was attacking multiple times. I guess we'll do that. And Nirvana probably didn't make sense. I said that when I grabbed it, but without having any scry stuff, you're kind of just banking on getting it, and we've not gotten any. Okay, I can see the value. I never know if I really want to play the vulnerable or the wrath first. I guess wrath doubles it, and this just makes it marginal. So being in a wrath first should be the preferred option. I don't know if that's actually true, but in my head that made sense. Okay. He should be dead. Not bad. Okay, we get some scry stuff finally. Do I want just lucky or third eye? Normally third eye is a much better choice, but we kind of need some attack cards. Because we already have like empty body as a block option. I mean, you scry way more. A Dexter stream? How's it going, JDev, by the way? Good to see you. I'd be open to it. I feel like my top 10 shows kind of went on a semi-Dexter stream, but I would be open to doing that. I mean, obviously enough people I think were interested when Original Sin was going on to cover it. Good, awesome to hear. Yeah, I'd be open to doing something like that. I feel like I have been leaning more towards like live stream stuff versus videos because it feels like it's easier just to like boot up and go without having to do much like post work, obviously. But I'd be open to that. I don't know. I guess it would depend on what. I'd have to make sure there was something worth covering. Like I already did my. Granted, I had like worse audio and stuff back then, but I did my season rankings. I've talked about doing like maybe ranking like antagonists for Dexter, so maybe something like that. But I would be open to doing something with that. Maybe even also, like when Resurrection comes out, like a directly post episode, that could be kind of fun. Because once again, I like go do my review and it takes me way longer than it should to edit a video. So maybe, at least maybe that first week, because that first week, there's like 2 episodes back to back. Although if I do a live stream right afterwards, it'll be like 1 in the morning. But that could make sense. But if there's something that would work with Dexter, I'd definitely open to doing it. So we both had Dexter at a number 2 spot, so it was cool to see that. I thought about. I know your number one was Walking Dead. I thought about putting that on my honorable mentions, but I'm like, I've only watched like 4 seasons of it, which sounds like a lot, but given the like longevity of the actual show, I'm like, I don't know if I've watched enough to really judge it too much. But it definitely was one I considered too. I think we're gonna grab Just Lucky here, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think when Resurrection comes out, that definitely makes sense to do some live stream. But between now and then, potentially too, maybe even like a pre-Resurrection, like expectations and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it sounds like your mentality with The Walking Dead was kind of how I viewed like DBZ, where it's like I've watched you for way longer, so just based off of like tenure and like time I've had this thing around, it felt like it deserved a higher placement. Do I really want anything? I guess we'll pick that. I don't know if I really want anything though. Worship with the mantra could be nice. I think I commented that. I think we had 3 overlaps. We had Dexter, obviously, then a couple of the Netflix, the Cobra Kai and Stranger Things. I hadn't seen all of the ones you had on there. Like, I've obviously seen Breaking Bad. I've seen most of Better Call Saul. I didn't finish it. I probably should at some point because I know it measures up pretty evenly for a lot of people, and some people may even like it more. And what else did you have on yours? I think you had Game of Thrones, which I had watched like the first 3 episodes of and did not wind up continuing, which I probably should at some point, but partially because of how the ending was received, I've been like, maybe not. Dexter, you never watched until New Blood. Really? I know you were, I think I've seen you mention that you were a little bit on the back end of it, but you started the original Dexter once New Blood was already like a concept then. That probably makes it a lot easier to binge through because I feel like weekly episodes are fun to talk about and like speculate as far as what's next, but it's like way worse to have to wait around. Kind of want Flurry, but I also want you. Let's just grab you and go into Mantra again. But I have not watched Ozark. I remember hearing a lot of great things. That's on Netflix too, right? The one with Jason Bateman. I don't actually really know what the plot's about, but I remember it's kind of dark and it's a little edgy, right? I remember it had like a pretty big scene at the time when it was coming out. Yeah, that was the one I remember seeing on your list too. You started watching Dexter live when New Blood aired. Got it. Okay. Did you watch... What was the order of you watching then? Did you watch 1 through 8 before New Blood, or did you watch New Blood like first? And I guess did you watch New Blood while it was airing then? I know I'm kind of like rambling on questions. Like, did you watch New Blood in a weekly cadence, or because New Blood was in what, 2020? Because you said you started watching Dexter live in 2014. You started watching Dexter live in New Blood. Oh, I can see what you're saying. So you caught up, got it. 2014, you watched the OG, and then New Blood was your first like watching it as it was airing. That makes sense. Got it. I got you now. That I was a little behind with that. That makes sense. Well, that was a rough first experience of live Dexter then, with if New Blood was the first one for it. I mean, I have to take talk. This is my favorite card for the Watcher. I don't know really why. I think the extra block every time is super useful. Yeah, we'll grab all that. I don't know what I prefer, really. Whether I prefer watching a show like as it's airing or just catching up. I feel like I can see both sides of it, because at the same time, it's kind of like, what do you prefer? The traditional Netflix model where they drop the whole season, which they don't do much anymore, but or do you prefer kind of the cadence of it? I feel like there's like pros and cons. Like, it's definitely fun to wait until a week to week basis. Like, for example, The Last of Us coming out tonight. So you get kind of that build up time, but at the same time, it's harder to maybe stick with it. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that on your rewatch, New Blood dropped a lot for you. I have not watched it a second time. I didn't like it the first time. Maybe it'll go up. Who knows? I mean, maybe knowing the ending, I won't dislike it as much. But on first watch, I was like, not a fan. I don't have that many relics, which is partially why I kept it out of when I did my rankings of TV shows. I'm like, I'm not going to include New Blood because I don't know if Dexter would actually be number 2 if I do include it. All right, we're going to have to face one elite. Do we want to face the second one? Or do we want to upgrade something? I think we'll upgrade. Talk to the hand. What do you think? Why do you think you liked it less compared to your first time around? Is there parts where you're like, after seeing it like in totality, you're like, that's because I could see that being an issue where while I was watching it, when you had a lot of the slip ups with like the continuity of the show compared to the original show, I was like, that's kind of dumb, but that's all right. It's for the most part okay. But then when you get to the ending, maybe like going back and rewatching this stuff, you're like, oh no, I don't forgive that anymore because I know where we're gonna wind up. All right, we can't afford anything here. We kind of need to have these upgraded, honestly. You know, honestly, maybe we fight the elite first. I was gonna go that way, but fight the elite with more health. Okay, this will be a huge relic to use against this guy. Pop that. Make him vulnerable. That's a pretty great first turn, I'll say. Okay, we definitely want that next turn. I think we just sit on that. Recency bias, yeah. That makes sense. That's why I do feel like if I review something, I kind of give the understanding like this doesn't have to be locked in place. Like this is my permanent score forever. I know, like I'm thinking of like Board Game Geek, where you can like give review scores for board games, and you can constantly change it. I feel like that philosophy makes sense because, you know, if you watch something once, you may be like, this is a really great thing. And then you watch it again, you're like, actually, I didn't really dig that. I can popping all of these and just playing Vigilance here. I think we're going to do that. Okay. But yeah, that's also kind of the challenge when you come out of a theater and you review something, give a score, and you're like, oh, this was the best thing ever. And it's like, well, a month from now, is it still the best thing ever? Which sometimes the answer is yes, but... Another Tranquility, maybe? I know, Jadev, I saw you posted your Final Destination rankings. I did not watch it because I have not seen Bloodlines. I've honestly leaned towards not going to see it this next week and just waiting for it to come out and streaming. But where did you? I think you gave it a 3.5. I saw on Instagram. Is that like middle of the road for you? I'm trying to guess where that would be. Probably like second or third, maybe. Where'd you wind up putting it in your final? We'll just start with you. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Fourth place. You must really like all the movies then. I will say, while I'm leaning towards not going to see Bloodlines until it comes to streaming, I did rewatch 3. Was it yesterday? Because I think I've told you that one was number 1 for me. And watching it, there was definitely times where I was like, the acting here is a little bit cringe. And like the opening, the characters are all kind of just major D-bags. Like, I feel like after the accident, the 2 main characters become more likable. But I'm like, prior to that, you get even the dude from Luck of the Irish is kind of like super rude in the opening. And then you get the creepy guy with like his camera and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know where I feel mixed on it because, as I've talked about, it's the first one I watched and I thought it was my favorite of the franchise. I don't think I hated it, but I definitely reconsidered if it actually was my favorite. I think it's very close regardless. Like, I think not having Bloodlines in there, 4 is like very far at the back. I think 5 is still next up. Because without the ending, I don't know how well it performs. And I think 1 through 3, if you gave me any order, I think it could make sense. Go here. Well, yeah, we'll heal. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think there's like any complete standouts. I mean, the concept originally when it came out was cool, but I don't feel like the concept alone makes it like a super high score. I feel like there's different parts, and I think that's kind of the hard part with 3, where I struggled with, where I was like, all right, 1 has the original concept, so it kind of has a special place because of that. 2 has the best opening, like accident or whatever. 5 has the best ending. And 3 doesn't really have the best of anything, but I felt like maybe it does like everything okay. Like its opening is decent. Its kills are solid. It's a shorter movie than I feel like I remember too. Like I feel like I like looked at the time at one point and it was like, oh, there's only like 20 minutes left in this movie. Where do I want to go with you? But yeah, I would agree. I don't know if it necessarily has any like movie I would like put in my top 10 horror movies of all time or anything like that. I've heard a lot of praise for Bloodlines. Although I don't think it sounded like Ken was not a fan of it, but pretty much everyone else seemed to be universally in favor of it. Alright, we got out of this fight. Battle him, I don't hate the idea of. I think a lot of times, though, movies with like an entire franchise or series, I don't know if I necessarily like them as much as like the standalone movies. If that makes sense. Like I don't know if obviously I know you're a big Scream fan and I think that that one probably is maybe an exception, but I don't feel like necessarily like any of the Halloweens, granted I haven't seen like all of them, or like any of these like long-winded staples have like a movie that's better than some of these like one-off films. Keep that in my hand. That actually may be a good idea. There we go. Yeah, I really hope I don't get the time meter at the end here because my whole stance changing with these flurry of blows is going to not be great. Did get another... this guy is kind of always a pain with that whole, like, 50 attack. I think we're going to be a little risky and not heal here, though. I think we pick you again. Just try to get the mantra faster. Alright, can we afford to get in Wrath here? I'll say yes, and maybe I'll regret that entirely. I mean, I should probably keep that, but I do need to get out of Wrath. We'll keep it there. Okay, thankfully we did get a Tranquility at least, so... They're doing so much damage to me. I may have to play some energy stuff here. Alright, we're gonna do that. I mean, I don't... These are like the same. I guess we'll do this because we don't know if it's ever going to be bad to play cards, and it's not in this fight. Yeah, 40 health. I'm not liking my chances when he gets to his 50 attack. Do like that though. Huh. I mean, I can draw you, or you and be safe. But if I don't, I'm kind of in hell. So... we'll do that. Because we can always play that in the future. Talk to the hand. Oh, I forgot Talk to the hand is not going to work against this guy because he has those artifacts too. I probably should have been using Crushed Joints to try to get through those, but we did not. Okay. We can go into Wrath here. So there's that. It's actually advantageous for us to go into Wrath. Should I use you? The problem is it's going to be a waste. All right, we need to save 2. So it's probably just you 2. Yeah, all right. Okay, we need to survive. I think it's the next hit that's going to be the massive one. We'll dump that. I think we keep all of these, probably. Yeah. All right, we could go into Divinity here. If I do that, I should play you first. I should then play you. I have so much energy. I think he's dead here. Divinity definitely paid off there. Scroll could be nice with like the endless amount of energy I've been pulling. Lesson learned is also good. What's the upgraded version? Oh, you're free. You know what? Sure. Ooh, the pyramid. That's an interesting one. If I play Scroll, I get a full hand of cards, and then I get stuck with that full hand of cards. Do I want that or not? Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? Feels like it could be a bad thing. I think we're just gonna grab the crown. We have like way more energy than we need, but that's okay. Of course we got the time eater. Why would we not? Alright, I don't know if I want to face elites at the end of this. But unless I go that way, I kind of have to. I hate that pathing, maybe. Yeah, we'll go this way. That feels like a good first card there. Yeah, we keep both of those. Sure, that's fine. Be 33. I could defeat you. Okay. Dude, ice cream would be an amazing relic here where I just have like infinite energy. Okay, we can't go into Wrath here. It's ironic that I scry into that card. I think we're gonna skip over that one though. Alright, you're gonna wake back up. Here's where Scrawl could come in handy. Yeah, that was insane. This doesn't really matter. We can do pretty much any combination there and we're good. Yeah, we'll take another scry. Why not? The stone I probably want, but I'm getting block from stance switching and not from block cards. So there's that. Just get rid of strike and we move on. I don't think I can afford to take the gold here. I think we gotta fight the boss. Drawing those next turn, not overly helpful. Hit you, and probably just stop there. Just probably sit on that. This guy's a bit of a challenge to deal with here. But at least he's not really doing damage to us. We're just kind of slowly defeating him here. Alright, so we can go into Divinity. So because of that, we're going to pop you first. You, Divinity. He may be dead after this turn, honestly. Yeah. Snowball effect there. See, I like this, but against the time eater, playing just cards to play cards, not great. Yeah, we'll take a defend out of there, why not? That's all we really could do there. Talk to the hand is so huge. Although I'm realizing against the time eater, it's not going to be helpful because he's going to shake it off. So it's going to go away for his phase 2. It would be nice if I could just beat him before he gets to phase 2. And we'll just pop you. Yeah. That's kind of nice. How many scry cards do I really need? Another one, apparently. Let's be a little greedy. Let's upgrade something. That may be the answer, since we got this early and we have picked up a bunch of scry. It's kind of a marginal improvement, so I don't know if it's really worth having done that, but it's something I will. I feel like power cards are stuff that I typically by default say, yeah, let's upgrade that. Just because it like lasts the entire duration of the fight. This may be dumb to do, but I'm kind of thinking of doing this. Okay. All right. Well, we got to be careful playing Deva form because now we are officially... Well, we do have Tranquility, but we can't get any more energy. So we're probably not going to play it, if I'm being honest. That is helpful. So maybe over time the flurry, even against the time meter, will pay off. We're about to go into Divinity also. Before we do that, goodbye. Double Mental Fortress? I think once again we can afford to upgrade. Scroll being free I don't hate, but once again, against the time eater, I don't even know if I'm going to want to play Scroll. Yeah, let's just get to Divinity faster. Okay, so we go left. I think we go left here. That elite could be a problem, but... Interesting. Is it Deva form or is it Mental Fortress? Do we want to get block early or do we want to start growing our energy early? I think it's Mental Fortress, surprisingly. Scry more cards, why not? Yeah, we're gonna hit everybody. How do I face these guys twice? My least favorite enemy in the whole game, we run into for a second time. Do we do the same strategy? We pop all these and then just see what we get? Okay. Problem is now I have endless options, so I have to actually decide what I want to do here. We're gonna go here. There's so many cards I could do stuff with. I don't really know which one I really want to do. We may just stay into Wrath here, honestly. I didn't think I was going to want to do that, but... yeah, I think we do that. I mean, if we bounce out, we can hit Flurry, I guess, but we can do that next turn if you want to. Okay. I think we got this fight in the bag. If I just, like, stance bounce back and forth here. I don't know actually if I want that because it makes your Wrath card stronger if you're already in Wrath, but at the same time it's another card I'm gonna have to play. So surprisingly, I think we're gonna skip. All right, who we got here? I don't know if I wanted this one. Let's do it again. It's worked so far. Okay, Flurry. Flurry, flurry. Should I have gone into Wrath there? Yeah, I probably should have. Alright, we'll keep that in that order. That way next turn we can scry and get some calm stuff if we need it. Do you remember we have like an endless amount of potions too here? I think we maybe just win here, right? A little late for the peace pipe. Gain 6 block. I don't think I want that. Yeah, I think we're gonna skip that. Alright, what do we want to buy? That doesn't help me at all. We can get more health. Is there any of these I don't want at all? I mean, the energy potion's probably the least valuable for me. I think I already have a few of those, so is 3 enough? Do we want a 4th one? I think we're good with that. And we'll probably go into the fight with full health. Cool. Alright. Time eater time. Okay, might as well hit all these right away, right? No. At least those two. This guy too, probably. You never know if it's going to be a power that you wish you would have used like during the turn. I mean, we can afford to do this one. I don't normally ever want to pick it up because sacrificing energy is kind of a hard bargain to make. But in this instance, we may be okay. This also will make a bunch of free stuff. And this gives us block, obviously. You know what? We're going to try fasting. Because it's a card I never pick up, I continue to want to try to do different approaches. We're taking a lot of damage here, though, so that's not ideal. Alright, we can play 6 cards next turn. It's going to be 1... 2. I should have played that first. Because I think I want to cycle him through here, probably, right? Or do I not? Maybe we're good with just this, actually. 3 cards next turn. Sure. Maybe I shouldn't have played that flurry of blows then. Okay. Well, let's pop you. I think just you and then just Lucky. We've drawn 0 of these, which is pretty wild. Okay, mostly blocked. I don't think I like our position, though, right now. I haven't gotten talked to the hand yet, either. I don't know if I'm going to want to wait for next cycle, because... Man, we are taking damage way more than I feel like I want to be. I mean, we are approaching Divinity, but we're not going to get it until we cycle back through another one of these. Okay, he's not attacking me this turn. Definitely going to pop you. I think we try to break you into next turn, so we probably... 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not then. Should we wait and then next turn we can play you and then like a couple of those and then cut through fates to give me some block? Yeah, I think we're going to sit on that. Although I'm not able to draw even my entire hand, unfortunately. 51? Bro. I did not plan for that. I didn't even draw the cut through fates. I may be dead here. I mean, the only way to get out of this is to stance change a few times. So we can bounce into Wrath with this, bounce back into Tranquility. Yeah, this is kind of a rough part of the fight. All right, 5 cards here. So one. All right, so we're definitely gonna pop one of the Tranquilities. I don't think we can play Deva Form, unfortunately. I think we're going you. 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 We still took an insane amount of damage. You're blocking, so you're not healing yet. Problem is he's so close to healing. I almost played this. I think now we do, and we see what we can do with... Whew. That was close. Didn't think we were going to wind up winning that one. The Divinity came in clutch. We still have not gotten everything unlocked. And we're now on Ascension 6 with the Watcher. So I think the Watcher is still undefeated. Right? I think that would be the case. Maybe we can check, I guess. Character stats? No. Run history? It's character stats, right? Yeah. Watcher hasn't lost yet. Best win streak is 1, though. I don't know. Maybe that means because we got the heart? I don't know what win streak. I feel like that would imply just beating Act 3. Alright, well, Ascension 6 unlocked with the Watcher. We'll probably try some other characters now. Because that one... I feel like the Watcher just takes so much time and such more of a thinking game compared to anyone else. Defect is at level 16, though. Defect or Ironclad? We'll do Ironclad because we are a little bit farther behind. Maybe just the max health. These aren't really the greatest for starting points. Alright, I think we're just going straight up the question mark path here. I will say going from the Watcher to the Ironclad is like night and day when it comes to like amount of card order and things like that that matter. Sure, we'll take Clothesline. And we will upgrade it. Okay, maybe going with some strength. I feel like the last few Ironclads have been heavy defense, but maybe we'll finally lean back towards the strength side of things. I don't want to do that, though. Yeah, we'll fight this elite and see how that goes. Gonna pass on that. We're gonna probably try to play that Inflame. Normally I would skip here also, but Clothesline will give me some turns of weakness, so... Just pretty much rinse and repeat against this guy right now. We'll probably draw 2 strikes, right? You would think. Grab Flex. Nah, I don't want any of those. Yeah, let's take on another lead. Why not? Not really one I wanted to take on, but it's okay. Maybe we will actually. I don't normally use this potion, but since we heal when we use them, maybe I'll actually use it against these guys because they're kind of a nightmare to deal with. All right, we got Adept in 2 Elise, so won't take as much damage every time. I don't know if it really matters who I go for here. That's not a good turn. Maybe this is the time we should. Okay. Alright, this is kind of a messy fight, but these guys, I feel like Ironclad doesn't do great because you need like dexterity to not take damage. Alright. We got through it. I don't really need the prayer wheel. Okay, I guess we picked that up. I don't think I want another bash. Okay, I was gonna say part of me wants to just look. Okay, I don't want that either though. I may just grab both of these, honestly. Is there anything really worth upgrading? I think we'll just heal on this one and see how the fight goes, and then maybe we'll upgrade the next one. That was not ideal. We may have to heal again. I don't... it's kind of a toss-up against the slime. Grab Pummel. Rage or Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade. Yeah, I think we're going to upgrade Heavy Blade probably. I mean, that was a wild attack. I don't think I've ever really split him on turn 1 without like an infinite. Hit you again, you're gonna be down to 16. Yeah, we'll do it, I guess. Whirlwind would be nice here. That's fine. I mean, you gonna give me a barricade again? We gonna do this again? Normally Reaper is the one I roll with, but I gotta take it. Energy or relics? take the relics. Okay. Downside with this is this applies to my cards too, so if I play this, then that gets like worn off. All right. I think in the middle. I don't love that there's not like a rest stop before this guy though, because I'm thinking about going towards him. This right path is like the easiest path ever, but I want to fight some elites, just not like a lot of them. Let's go up the middle, and then we can kind of decide how it goes. Got these guys, come on. I mean, I might as well attack because we are gonna get hurt no matter what. Maybe barricade was not the right decision. I kind of got a little greedy, probably being like, that's what I've done the last few times. Let's continue to do it. Because we really don't have anything block related that really synergizes with it. Give me body slam though. We'll take it and see what we can do. Okay, not bad. That's a deadly combo if we can pull it off. Do I want another upgraded heavy blade? Sure. Just dump a strike. Not the most helpful turn one. Maybe I should have done those in inverse orders because I wasn't making him vulnerable anyway. I was really paying attention to the pen nib up there. All right, you're done. No point in blocking, so... I don't know if 3 block is really worth blocking for, but we'll do it. We're gonna do that. That. 26. It's not enough. Okay. Should have played one of these, I guess, to get health. I like uppercut and shrug it off here. Chances I ever play barricade, it's feeling like a low chance as we go further and further along here. Alright, next attack is double. Just hoping to get a heavy blade there. Okay. I don't know how well we are going to do against any elites, though. Honestly, if we survive this fight... 31 damage, bro. What do we have here? Do that to get some health back. What is that? 57? Tempted to play offering. I think we do because we have to get through the cards anyway, whether or not. We actually can take him out now. So yeah, that was definitely worthwhile. Spot weakness, I'm always 50-50 on. It's a good strength card, but it's very situational. I'd much rather just have like demon form working in the background. Grab it. Okay, so if we go left, we could run into trouble. We heal right afterwards, though. And then it's a pretty easy ride after that. We'll try it. Not great, because the buffer doesn't really help that much against him. Do we want to draw 3 cards, or do we want to sit on this? I think we'll probably sit on it. Gonna lose that, unfortunately, for... Hit him with that, then hit him with that. Just need to do 36 next turn, though. Alright, that was probably the hardest fight of this before we get to the Act 2 boss. Flame Barrier I do kind of dig with the whole block build we're doing, but I don't know if we're actually doing a block build because Barricade I'm never playing, it feels like. I think we're just going to get rid of another strike here. Over here and rest. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we go right here. Yeah, you can have the war paint for sure. I'm a little reluctant to do that because we could get some event where it's like, you get health back anyway. Ooh, we get this guy. I mean, we don't really need our gold here, but I kind of want the mask if we can manage to steal it. I don't know if we're going to be able to, though. We may take a lot of damage this fight because he's going to make our dexterity down. And all right, we probably have to offering here. Pop that. All right, you can kill the back guy with that now. That would make that 15. 33. Yeah, just barely short, unfortunately. That's okay. Honestly, we did a lot of damage there for as bleak as that looked from the beginning. Got the mask. Iron Wave does kind of work with like the strength and the block build, but this late in the game I kind of lean towards just upgraded stuff. We'll go left and see how that goes. Alright, 28. That's 57 now. Maybe we can just... Is that worth doing? Or should we just hit somebody else? Our next attack is double, so need to keep that in mind too. That entirely made sense to do, but we kind of took out a lot of guys fast there, so these guys should be dead this turn. Or not. Well, you are not, unfortunately. I could have played the draw potion there, and that may have been smart. Because what are the odds they give me a potion at the end of this fight and I just lose out? Yeah, I kind of wish I did that earlier because we could have beaten him last round, but yeah, I figured I'd get another potion. Okay, don't want any of these cards. Shop or elite? Planned on going to the shop, but let's try the elite, honestly. What a terrible first turn, and I really wish I had that draw 3 cards right about now. If I'm being real. That would have been nice here. I mean, we only save 5 if we pop this, but... What a terrible first turn. Okay. And you are one away from having the ability to kill that guy. Don't love that. Do that. Oh, never mind. Double strength, I think we'll take. Alright, we're gonna heal going into the boss. I just realized that we should upgrade here. Yeah. Maybe barricade would have been the option because I would have actually considered playing it because it costs way too much for me to consider without. Alright, I think we start to play things to take your artifacts away. It was not a very exciting turn. I could like pull that back and double my strength again, but I don't know if I need to at this fight. I feel like my strength is gonna like get crazy high here in a short amount of time. Although I don't like the amount of damage we're about to take here. Yeah, didn't love that. What is this turn? I mean, if there was ever a time to play that, right? Maybe I should just pull back the double potion, or double strength now. Could have no potions, but pretty much anyone's gonna be taken out with one hit. Although he took my card that I need to use that with. Alright, hit you with that. Alright, yeah, we're at the 58 attack here. Which, that plus that, that's pretty close to death. Alright, if I double my strength... $320, right? I think it's just enough to kill him. Nah, I don't think I want any of these. Yeah, I don't think I want any of these. Snecko Eye again, huh? Problem is, compared to yesterday, we don't have as many insanely high cost stuff. Like these are all 0. This is 1. This is 0. So of our 23 cards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that would benefit from Snecko. I don't think that's probably worth it in this instance. I mean, we could maybe get lucky and pull a bunch of demon forms. But I think it's Crown because we just get another energy, so that alone kind of does enough good stuff for us. Okay. Middle seems like a solid choice. Yeah. See, as I said, I play this, then that's going to go away. Kind of tempted to hit this guy with my heavy blade, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we'll just get him out of the way. I mean, sure. Who are we facing at the top here? Don't new Deku. Okay. I can deal with that. Nah, I don't want that. Ooh. I don't pretty much ever choose to fight you guys. I think I'm going to stick with that. The payoff normally isn't like worth the nightmare that you go through. Is there any shops? There's only 2 shops in this entire... Because I wanted to go there. But maybe we go there now. Yeah, we'll take the skull. Metallicise is tempting. We're not facing the Awakened one, so we can pick up power cards when we want to. Pretty much always going to play that. Okay. Not really good offensive turn. There we go. Grab Seeing Red. Alright, this guy should be pretty easy to beat, I would think. No point in playing a defend because he's just gonna eat it with that too anyway. Oh, now we can play like everything. Pretty close, at least. I feel like we're doing like the defect snowball effect, where it's just you play enough stuff and there's hard like ability for them to respond to it. Although 30, I don't love that. Finally get some more potions. I feel like we like waste them all on the last boss, and since then haven't got much. Yeah, we'll go here. We'll make Barricade cheaper. What a great first turn. That was amazing. 57, dude. You relax. I was afraid you were going to do that. You know what? We're just going to take his awful card, I think. Not that we need more potion options, because we don't have full potions anyway. Yeah, Inflame. Pretty standard choice. We'll face an elite, why not? I keep thinking Whirlwind would have been great, and this is a classic example of when that would have been the case. Why are you guys doing so much damage? Gonna have to deal with that, unfortunately. And this elite fight is definitely taking it out of me. How many metallicizers can you possibly want? I think we'll just fight a boss. Still have our buffer. I'll just sit on that. Why not? Nah. Keep our block as much as we can here. Probably didn't need to do that. I probably could have beaten him with these two. A little late for that. Yeah, I think we're just gonna dump spot weakness. I mean, probably take madness here. Let's do some digging. Okay. Not the worst. Not really a point in playing both of those. Unless I used my potion, which I'm probably going to try to save after I play Barricade. No block from any normal block other than the metallicized, so I guess I'm glad I picked those up at least. Alright, I think we're gonna hit offering this time. Finally got barricade. Maybe now we hit you. Although we don't have the double right now. Okay, I might as well use that now. Keeps picking like the worst option. Sure. We don't really need to play that, but yeah, here's where we will pop this. We don't have the double with the entrench, but at the same time, I think getting the block while we can is worthwhile. That was a rough hand. I mean, we probably just kill you. Metallicize is like saving us here at least. I mean, I think at this point we just do that. Not the best sequencing, but we just had like an insane like card build there that would have been hard to screw up. All right, debating calling it there. We obviously only did a couple runs, but we're successful with the Watcher and with the Ironclad. Making progress on both of those. This one a little slower, obviously, but I think we'll probably call it there. But a little shorter stream today. I just figured I was gonna play some Slay the Spire anyway, so why not do it live as well? I do want to branch out and do more variety when it comes to games or it comes to live stream stuff as far as topics or games. I did recently switch to PC from console, so my game catalog is a little bit lighter than probably some other people may have. So that's partially why I've been sticking with this, and I picked up Halo. I mentioned a few other options previously, and keep an eye on what's out there that could be fun to play. I know the Steam summer sale will be coming out at some point soon, so when that happens, I'll probably keep an eye out on stuff that could make sense to pick up and possibly do on stream. I want to do something that's like kind of engaging as well. Like I talked about, like the whole Dark Pictures anthology type games, which I've played through those. Directive 8020 comes out later this year. Depending on maybe the price point, I would consider it and how the reviews look like for it, because those are kind of hit or miss depending on the story, how strong they are. I feel like a lot of times when Supermassive combines with another studio to get funding, it makes it a little bit higher quality, like Until Dawn with Sony or The Quarry with 2K. But their Dark Pictures games have been fun still either way, so something like that I think I want to do at some point. And if anyone's watching, if they have any games that they want to suggest, I'm open to hearing and keep an eye on them. I did talk about Darkwood that is on sale right now. I debated. I'm 50-50 on if I'll grab it, because the game style isn't entirely what I typically play with the whole crafting materials and stuff like that, but I am a fan of horror games, so it seemed like it was a good kind of top-down experience of that, so I'll keep an eye out if something makes sense to do as well. I've thought about doing like Monster Train, because I did buy that as well, and it kind of plays similar to Slay the Spire. I don't think I like it as much, so I've kind of just stuck with doing this on stream, but it's also a decent like roguelike experience. But yeah, that's pretty much it probably for today. Let me switch over to full cam. As far as this week, I kind of talked about it already. Last of Us will drop tonight, and I will do a short review of that. I kind of mentioned this earlier. I probably won't wind up doing a Final Destination Bloodlines review. That may be one I wind up checking out later in the year. We'll see. But other than that, Fear Street comes out Friday. I do plan to watch and review that. And I talked about the horror convention as well that I'll probably do some coverage of. So a few different things coming up this week. And we'll probably throw in some more live streams, assuming you guys are cool with it as well throughout this next week. So that kind of just recaps plans, and then we'll see spontaneously if other stuff comes up along the way over the next few weeks. So other than that, I know, as I said, this was a bit of a shorter stream, but wanted to just do a couple games of Slay the Spire and post it here on the channel as well. So, but yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And other than that, I will talk to you again soon. Take care.